from three completely different worlds: post-partition India, newly liberated Korea, and 19th century Vienna.
Well, let's start with that heart-wrenching story of two sisters separated by the partition. Zarina, stuck in India, couldn't visit her family in Pakistan because of these new political boundaries that literally divided families overnight.
And her sister Rani's letters became this incredible lifeline, right? Especially that fourth letter where she's processing this huge life change.
Exactly, Rani's writing about her house feeling too empty now that her kids have moved on. Her daughter's married, her son's studying in America, and suddenly this home in Pakistan feels like it's echoing with memories.
That must have been particularly poignant for Zarina to read, being physically separated from her sister during such an emotional transition.
You know what's fascinating? These letters weren't just personal communications, they became historical documents. Like that Korean letter of appointment, carefully preserved in Hong Kong's Korea Center building on the 5th floor of 121 Connaught Road.
Speaking of historical significance, can we talk about how Beethoven's letter to Carl in 1801 completely changes our understanding of his later compositions?
Oh man, that letter is it's devastating. Here's this musical genius, only in his early 30s, having to confide in his closest friend that he's losing his hearing. And what's wild is that some of his most innovative work came after this period.
Well, that really challenges our assumptions about disability and creativity, doesn't it? I mean, the Ninth Symphony was composed when he was almost completely deaf.
And you know what connects all these letters? They're all about these profound moments of transition. Whether it's political borders being drawn, families dispersing, or personal loss, these writers are all grappling with massive change.
That's such an interesting point, like how Rani's letter captures both personal change and this larger historical moment of post-partition life.
Right? And these institutions preserving these letters, the Beethoven House in Bonn, the DV Art Foundation, the Korea Center building, they're not just protecting paper, they're protecting these moments of human vulnerability and resilience.
So what do you think future historians will make of our digital communications? Will they have this same kind of intimate window into our lives?
Well, that's a fascinating question. Our emails and texts are more numerous, but potentially more fragile. There's something about the physicality of these letters. Beethoven's handwriting, the paper choice, even the way they were folded that tells us so much about the emotional state of the writer.
The preservation methods are pretty incredible too. Each institution has specific temperature and humidity controls to protect these documents.
And what's really striking is how these letters show us both the personal and the political. Like, Zarina and Rani's correspondence isn't just about family, it's about how the partition affected millions of people on an intimate level.
That reminds me, the Korean letter of appointment represents this massive shift in Korean society after liberation, but through this very specific administrative lens.
Exactly. And these documents continue to influence us today. Beethoven's letter changed how we understand his later compositions. The partition letters help us comprehend the human cost of political divisions. And that Korean document shows us how societies rebuild.
These letters really demonstrate how personal stories can illuminate larger historical narratives, don't they?
That's precisely why they're so valuable. They give us both the macro and micro view, the big historical events and their impact on individual lives. Whether it's political divisions, cultural changes, or personal challenges, these letters show us how people navigated through significant moments of change.